Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading. So I'm going to use my Green Witch Tarot. And then I'm going to use my Gilded Tarot Royale. If you're interested in any of these cards, the links are down below. Alright, so we have our Green Witch Tarot. And we're going to look at the current situation. Five of Pentacles. And what is that crossed by? We have the King of Cups. My first thought is, and this may or may not resonate, is are you jealous about something for some reason? Because it's almost like she's looking down at this for what she doesn't have. That was just my first thought or feeling. And being honest with yourself, am I jealous about something? Am I envious of something? What do you need to focus on? Ten of Swords. Your past, leaving behind. We have the Strength card, which also could be Leo. Your strengths, Five of Cups. Knowing when it's time to let go. Near future, Knight of Swords. Something new is headed your way, like it's running right towards you. Okay, something's coming in at a fast pace. Advice, King of Pentacles. I feel like it's being happy with what it is that you have. Sometimes we can get frustrated and we're seeing, oh, well, like if you're doing something and you see somebody else that it just naturally falls in place, or that they're having more success than you're having, right? That it seems like it's happening so much easier for them, and you feel like you're struggling, that you're like you have to take the hard path, but they seem to have the easy path, right? But I feel like it's focusing on what you do have, you know, that slow and steady wins the race, right? The tortoise and the hare. And focusing on, okay, this is what I have going for me. Let me focus on everything that's in my plus column. Environment, Eight of Swords. You're holding yourself back from your own potential. Hopes and fears, we have the Tower. The Tower has been coming out so much for Capricorn in my readings, but I feel like it's a good thing because I feel like you're rebuilding, like you're out with the old and in with the new, right? That you're not tolerating things that you used to tolerate. Like you're seeing things that you're doing within yourself that you can change. And your perspective, right? That you're changing things up that need to be changed up. And then Seven of Pentacles. Sorry, I'm so stuffy today. It must be allergies. Potential outcome is Seven of Pentacles. And let me grab one more. Let's see, we have Eight of Cups and one more. Yeah, Ten of Pentacles. Like you get there. Like you get there and you make it happen. But what we have to realize is that we're all on our own different paths, right? We're all on our own paths. We're all going to our destinations and our goals in our own way. And that's what we have to realize. And with this being over, how I was talking about this over here, it's like, you don't know, and with this here, it's like you don't know what that other person's story is, or what they're, like, say, like, you're trying to build something, right? But you're trying to build a business, or you're trying to do something, right? But you have one set of skills and this other person has another set of skills. That person's set of skills may be more, they may have more skills to build that business. They may have had past experience. They may have had schooling. They may know. Some people just have a knack. They just know how to do things and just make those particular things work. Like they know their strengths and they follow through, and it seems like it's easier for them, but it's just a common, like they're focusing on that thing that is their strength, and that may not be something that is your strength. And so it's harder for you because you have to learn that, right? You have to learn what they already know. They're already starting out ahead of the game. And I feel like that's kind of what you need to see, is that, okay, like that's how you have to perceive it. And you know, you may not know for sure if they have more skills or more schooling or whatever, but it's like, okay, well, maybe their talents or they just have a knack for that. And so I have to start from ground zero. And I feel like maybe that's what you have to see. And then you have to see, okay, what do I have in my plus column? What do I have working for me? What do I have that is going for me that I can, focus on that? Not seeing what other people have and you don't have, but seeing what you do have. Also, it could be that the problem is for me, the King of Cups is not being able to let go of, like, he's someone who lets go of things. He doesn't let things bother him. Yes, he's emotional and he has feelings. But I feel like he's someone who doesn't waste time on things that are not advantageous to him. Like, he just lets things roll off his back. That's what I kind of feel like the King of Cups is that he doesn't let things bother him, and he keeps pushing forward, and he focuses on the positive. And it could be that you're having trouble with letting things roll off your back and letting things go. We have the Fool, and then we have the Seven of Cups. I feel like it's looking at things from a new perspective, right? Because if we have the Fool and the Seven of Cups is kind of seeing things, oh, like that makes sense, right? That I'm holding on to things that I need to let go of, or like I'm building up too many things that are not serving me in a positive way. Like, if you're building up information on how to learn and how to grow and how to achieve and how to make things happen, then that's a good thing. But if you're building up things as that you're frustrated and you're irritated, and why is that happening for them and it's not happening for me, or all of these things from the past, and if you're building up those negative things, then that's not what's good for you. So I almost feel like you're starting new and you're starting fresh with the Fool and the Seven of Cups. It's like a new way of thinking and a new way of seeing things. And then we have, what do you need to focus on? We have the Ten of Swords. What are those things that you need to let go of, right? Tens are completions, and it's kind of like all of those swords and those thoughts and analytical, or you're being over analytical, or what are the things that work for you, not against you, right? The World card and the Chariot, and realizing that you're in control of your thought process and what you're thinking about and what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, if you're always thinking about the negative and seeing what other people have or how it's going for someone else and how it's not going for you, then that's what you're thinking, and that's what you need to change, right? That you're in control of that. We have past, or what are you leaving? And I feel like it's that we have the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Strength card, but I almost feel like it's leaving that old way of doing things, right? The way how you were perceiving things before, because you're starting new here. Like, the old way of approaching things, like you're leaving that behind, but you have this new way to focus on. What are your strengths? And I feel like your strengths are focusing on the positive. We have the Sun, and then we have the Five of Cups, where she's pouring out what doesn't work for her. I feel like when things make sense to you and you can understand, okay, yeah, I see that I'm focusing on this negative and I'm not focusing on what it is I have in my plus column, that I realize, okay, that's what I need to do. That's what I need to let go of. And then we have, with the future outcome here, the Eight of Cups is kind of realizing that. And then we have the hopes and fears is the Tower. Like, it's definitely about rebuilding here, right? Looking at things. What's coming in for you? We have the Page, right? New emotions, new feeling. What's heading right towards you? And I feel like it's this Page of Cups. Something young, something new, something different, a new perspective. I feel like it's a new outlook, a new change. We have advice. We have the Devil, right? The advice is focus on what you do have, not what you don't have. Don't let the toxic energy get in. Be strong, be in your own power, but don't let the toxic energy get in. Don't let the negativity get in. Don't feel chained to the negativity. the environment is that you're holding yourself back from something, that you're unclear, that you're deceiving yourself. But then we also have the Nine of Cups, right? Gertrude, don't hold yourself back from your goals, that you have to realize that you're on your own path, that you're going to achieve them in your own way. And there may be somebody that's looking at you and saying, well, look at what that person has going for them, and I don't have that, right? So you never know what people's perceptions are. But the only one that you do know about is your own. And don't cut yourself short from your Nine of Cups, right? You're on your own path to that. This is the environment. This is the energy for this. Is the Nine of Cups, achieving your goals. And then the hopes and fears is the Tower. Out with the old, right? Out with the old, in with the new. Tear down the old way of thinking and doing things. Hearing the message, okay? So the potential outcome. Hear the message and being open to receiving the information that's coming in for you, and hearing the signs, hearing the message. Sometimes we're just kind of shut down and we're closed off and like we don't want to hear it. But then we're really only hurting ourselves because there's information around us that's trying to get through that we don't want to hear. Could be that sometimes we are closed off and we're not ready to hear it. But at least if there's just this little spark that says, you know what, there may be something to that. There may be something that I need to focus on, that I need to look at. I'm not ready to do that right now, but when I am, I'm really going to dive into it. All right, let's get an energy oracle for the reading. Indecision, right? Indecision. You're at a crossroads trying to decide what it is that you want to do. What is it you want to, are you out with the old and in with the new, or are you still struggling with that? But that's okay, because if you're asking yourself those questions, then that's how you learn and you have the knowledge, and that's how you figure out what it is that you want to do. And then we have happy family. Happy family, what does that mean to you, right? What is that definition? And if that's your goal, how do you get there? On your path, right? For the way that you're going, on your path. All right, let's get a Star Dragons. Independence, carving. Oh. How crazy. It's so crazy. Like, it's so cool. Like, that's why I love it. Is that's how many times have I said that? Carving your own path. That it's right. You're carving your own path. I'm carving my path. They're carving their path, right? You're carving your own path, and that's what you have to understand. And that's what I've had to work on too, is that, yeah, I saw how other people were doing it this way or that way. And when I was lacking my confidence, I was always trying to do it the way other people were doing it, but I wasn't following my own intuition and my own gut feeling, and I wasn't following my own path. But now I'm following my own path, so I feel like that's what you're struggling with too, is carving out your own path and going the way that it works best for you. All right, and then let's grab a spirit animal oracle for the reading. We have Badger Spirit, be fearless and bold. Yeah, you have to be fearless and bold when you're carving your own path, because you're going to have those challenges. You're going to have those doubts. You're going to have those times when you're like, well, I don't know, am I on the right path? You're going to have those doubts and indecisions, right? But you have to be fearless and bold, and you have to keep pushing through. That if this is what you believe in, and this is where you feel your direction is and you're guided to, then that's what you have to follow. It may change in the future. It may not change in the future. But you have to be fearless and bold and take those chances and make those decisions and do your tower, get through your tower, right? Out with the old and in with the new. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.